The world's #1 golfer just said something that has the entire golf community buzzing. Scottie Scheffler, the man who dominated 2025 like no one else, just stepped onto the sun-drenched fairways of the American Express with a statement that nobody saw coming. While everyone expected the usual humble champion talk, what came out of his mouth was completely different. This wasn't about confidence. This wasn't about preparation. This was something deeper, something that reveals exactly what's going on inside the mind of the most dominant force in professional golf right now. And here's the kicker. He's not satisfied. Not even close. After winning everything imaginable, after becoming the undisputed king of the PGA Tour, Scottie Scheffler just told us he's chasing something that, in his own words, he'll never actually reach. What is it? Why would the best player on the planet admit something like that? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will completely change how you see this champion. Before we dive deep into what Scottie just revealed, do me a quick favor. If you love golf, if you're fascinated by what makes champions tick, smash that subscribe button right now. We're building the ultimate community for golf fans who want the real stories behind the headlines. Hit that notification bell too, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next on this channel. Now let's get into it. Scottie Scheffler arrived in La Quinta, California for the American Express tournament, and the media was ready with all the predictable questions. How's your game? What are your goals for 2026? Are you going to complete the career Grand Slam? But when someone asked him about his pursuit of perfection, everything changed. Scottie looked right at the camera and said 6 words that sent shockwaves through the golfing world. I'm never going to get there. Think about that for a second. This is a man who won the Masters, dominated the Olympics, claimed 7 PGA Tour victories in a single season, and maintained the world #1 ranking for over 2 years straight. He's the 4-time consecutive PGA Tour Player of the Year. He's achieved things that most golfers only dream about. And yet, he's admitting that the thing he's chasing most, perfection, is something he knows he'll never catch. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't a confession of defeat. This is actually the secret weapon that makes Scottie Scheffler so dangerous. While other players are satisfied with winning, while they're celebrating their achievements and resting on their laurels, Scottie is already thinking about what he did wrong. He's already analyzing the shots he missed, the putts that didn't drop, the opportunities he let slip away. During his pre-tournament press conference, Scottie opened up about his mindset in a way we rarely see from elite athletes. He talked about how he can't enjoy his rounds of golf because he's too busy keeping score, too busy analyzing every single shot. His wife has even told him he needs to relax more, to actually have fun out there. But that's not who Scottie Scheffler is. That's not what drives him. And this drive, this relentless pursuit of something he admits is impossible, is exactly what separates champions from legends. You see, most players reach a certain level and think, I've made it. They start protecting what they have instead of pushing for more. But not Scottie. He's constructed his entire career around the idea that there's always room for improvement, that perfection might be unreachable, but the journey toward it is where greatness lives. Let's talk about what brought him to this tournament. The American Express wasn't originally supposed to be Scottie's season debut. He was scheduled to play in the Century Tournament of Champions in Hawaii, but that event got canceled due to devastating wildfires. So instead of having a few more weeks to prepare, Scottie pivoted quickly and committed to the Desert Tournament in California. And you know what? He's treating it like a major championship. This is his 6th appearance at the American Express, and honestly, his track record here isn't spectacular. Only one top 10 finish. But that doesn't matter to Scottie. He's not here just to tune up his game or shake off the rust from the offseason. In his own words, he's here to win. That's the mentality. That's the hunger that makes him different. Now let's talk about the equipment change that has everyone talking. Scottie showed up in La Quinta with a brand new driver. Not just any driver, but one he's been fine-tuning and testing extensively. For a player of his caliber to make an equipment change right at the start of the season shows you just how committed he is to finding even the smallest advantages. Most players would stick with what works, especially when you're already the best in the world. But Scottie, he's tinkering, adjusting, experimenting, because he believes that even a 1% improvement matters. His caddy, Ted Scott, has been working overtime with him, helping dial in this new driver on the range. They've been measuring launch angles, spin rates, carry distances. It's this level of detail, this obsession with marginal gains, that has propelled Scottie to the top and kept him there. But equipment is just one piece of the puzzle. What really makes Scottie Scheffler terrifying for his competitors is his mental game. Think about the pressure he faces every single week. Everyone expects him to win. Every tournament he enters, he's the favorite. That kind of pressure crushes most players. But Scottie, he thrives on it. He uses it as fuel. And this brings us back to that shocking statement about perfection. By admitting he'll never reach it, Scottie has actually freed himself from the weight of unrealistic expectations. He's not trying to be perfect. He's trying to be better. And that's a game he can win every single day. Every practice session is an opportunity. Every tournament round is a chance to improve. Every shot, even the bad ones, becomes a learning experience. His coach, Randy Smith, has talked about this mindset before. He says that Scottie has this incredible ability to separate outcome from process. Most golfers judge themselves solely on results. Did I win? Did I make the cut? What was my score? But Scottie judges himself on whether he executed his process correctly. Did he stick to his pre-shot routine? Did he commit to his decisions? Did he give himself the best chance to succeed? That's what he controls. The rest is just golf. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the career Grand Slam. Scottie has won the Masters twice, but he's still chasing that elusive Open Championship victory to complete the career Grand Slam. It's one of golf's rarest achievements, and everyone keeps asking him about it. But here's what's fascinating. Scottie refuses to make it a goal. He won't put that kind of pressure on himself. Instead, he focuses on showing up prepared, executing his game plan, and letting the results take care of themselves. This is championship psychology at its finest. By not obsessing over the outcome, by not putting all his emotional eggs in one basket, Scottie actually increases his chances of achieving it. He's playing the long game. He knows that if he keeps showing up, keeps improving, keeps chasing that impossible perfection, the Grand Slam will eventually come. And let's talk about his competition. Rory McIlroy is grinding in Dubai. Jon Rahm is making noise. Young stars like Ludwig Aberg are hungry. But none of them have what Scottie has, this combination of technical excellence, mental toughness, and most importantly, perpetual dissatisfaction. While other players are content with their game, Scottie is constantly tearing his swing apart and rebuilding it. While others celebrate victories for weeks, Scottie is back on a range the next day, working on something new. His practice routine is legendary among tour players. He doesn't just hit balls mindlessly. Every session has a purpose. Every shot has intent. He's constantly testing himself, putting himself in uncomfortable situations, because he knows that's where growth happens. He'll practice with different wind conditions, different lies, different pressures. He's essentially creating a laboratory where failure is encouraged because it leads to learning. And this brings us to what makes this 2026 season so incredibly exciting. Scottie Scheffler, despite all his success, despite being the undisputed number one, is still hungry. He's still searching. He's still chasing that ghost of perfection that he admits he'll never catch. And that's exactly what makes him so dangerous. A satisfied champion is a vulnerable champion, but a champion who believes he hasn't even scratched the surface of his potential. That's terrifying for everyone else. The American Express is just the beginning. This tournament is his launching pad into what could be the most dominant season in modern golf history. He's already proven he can win majors. He's already proven he can handle pressure. He's already proven he's the best player on the planet. Now he's trying to prove something to himself, something that might be impossible, but the pursuit of it will likely produce golf that we've never seen before. And you know what the craziest part is? Scottie genuinely believes he can get better. Not just a little better, significantly better. He sees flaws in his game that most of us can't even detect. He sees opportunities for improvement in areas where he's already elite. That's the mindset of a true champion, someone who measures themselves not against their competitors, but against their own potential. So when you watch Scottie Scheffler tee it up this week in the California desert, remember what you're really watching. You're not just watching the world's best golfer. You're watching someone on a quest that has no finish line, chasing perfection that doesn't exist, and in that pursuit, creating a legacy that will be remembered forever. That shocking statement from Scottie Scheffler reveals everything you need to know about what separates good from great. The best never settle. They never arrive. They're always chasing something just beyond their reach. And that's exactly why Scottie Scheffler is the most dangerous player in golf right now. If you found this deep dive valuable, hit that like button, drop a comment telling me what you think about Scottie's mindset, and make sure you're subscribed because we're covering every major moment of this incredible 2026 season. Until next time, keep chasing your own version of perfection, even if you never quite get there.